Hello, for the second Sunday of Advent, using the first reading, Isaiah 40, 1 to 11, and Mark 6, 1 to 8. Have you ever heard this little statement? I'm going to go in there and straighten it out. Straighten it up. Or we're going to send someone in there to really straighten it up. 6 years ago we heard that our president, Barack Obama, was going to go to Washington and straighten it up. 29 years ago, my Bishop Hughes, God rest his soul, sent me to Christ the King here in Lexington, and he says, I need you, Larry, to straighten it up. I need a person like you. Oh, you get away with murder when you build up people like that. So I went there 8.5 years and tried to straighten it up. And you read often in the newspaper that this audit went into this company or audit went into the governmental agency and found all kinds of problems that they really need to straighten it up. Sort of interesting. While I'm working on this homily, writing it out first and so forth, there's a man coming up my front steps who's going to fix up my computer because it's a mess. And he's going to come here and straighten it up or straighten it out. And it ain't easy, McGee, to straighten it up, straighten it out. The vision of Isaiah in the first reading is interesting because Isaiah looks at the world and he is a voice in the desert, and in the desert he talks about that analogy of every valley should be filled in, every mountain made low, the rugged land plain, and the rough country a broad, beautiful valley. To really straighten out the plain so that it can give sustenance, fruit, flowers, and the furtherance of life. And Isaiah says there is going to come one who's going to do this, is going to straighten it out, just the way he says. And then, boom, John the Baptist comes and preaches that same thing. Straighten yourself out. And he preaches in the desert. And the people come out the desert and listen to him as if he were someone great. And others claimed, he's the Messiah. Listen to him. And that's how John, the great prophet, was presented. Of all prophets, John was the best. And he said, straighten out your life. Clean it up. Wash yourselves. Be water baptized. And he did. He gave a baptism of water. The water symbolizing cleansing and straightening out your lives. Sort of interesting, in this past Thursday's gospel, Jesus is talking about, and he says, if you're going to straighten up your life, you're not going to just say, Lord, Lord. And Jesus said, there's many people who say, Lord, Lord. He says, I want you to not only say it, but do something about it. Do something. Try to straighten up your life. Well, my question is, does the world need to be straightened up? In the last week or so, we have seen the Ferguson, Missouri, and New York now with the police and how people act, how police act. Do we really need to be straightened up? Absolutely. Do we need help to straighten up? Absolutely. You know, John the Baptist said it many, many years ago. Jesus Christ said it many, many years ago. And 2,000 years later, we still need to be straightened up. But it is very easy to see the splinter in your other person's eye, the other person, and not me. Jesus says, well, don't look for the splinter in the other person's eye. Look for the log in your own life. And really, we can't straighten everybody out. We can't straighten everybody up. But the one we can straighten up the best is me. The best person you can straighten up is you straighten up you. But it is impossible for you or I or the world to do it by itself. We do need help. We do need divine help. You know, I think that's what the Advent season is all about. That this God has come, has revealed himself, has come among us to give us divine help. And Jesus said, it's just begun. It's just begun in the kingdom of God. And the kingdom of God is inside me. And that's where I need to make the changes for the world. And if we, many, try to follow the message of Jesus Christ as Messiah, the world will be straightened up. And in due time, I think it's a long time, but in due time, it will be all worked out in the kingdom of God, of justice, no death, happiness, to be with one another in love in the kingdom of God. Only with God's help can I move forward. You and I are to pray during this season for the continuance of God's help to participate in not only just straightening up me, but straightening up us. That's the kingdom of God. Have a good day.